Welcome back, everybody. Oh, okay. Airplane. I like airplanes. I like seeing and looking at airplanes. Any water? Hey, there's a little bit of water down in there. All right, what do we got? Today is Saturday, the 27th of September. Ay, ay, ay. This year is flying. I'm trying to get to 6,000 miles. That's nice. Nice river. Yeah, I'm trying to get to me riding 6,000 miles this year. I used to put a lot of miles on my Spyder. I was in a marriage that was not very good, and that's how I kept myself alive. No lies, I rode a lot, up to 20,000 miles a year. Well, since then it's been a divorce, a remarriage to my high school sweetheart. Crazy love story. And well, you know, I'm not running away, but I do miss riding. I mean, it was and still is a big part of my life. Like everybody else, you know, I like going out and seeing new places, finding new roads. We're on a new road today. It's 1623 right off at 281 North out of San Antonio. I turned left onto 1603 or 1623. But yeah, you know, I like riding like everybody else. Find new roads, just the joy of riding, to let my thoughts wander, you know, just put the work week behind, you know, you name it. You name it. Looks like we're following the Blanco River. I came into Blanco on 281. Cottonwood Creek. My mom told me last night that I say creek wrong. I'm like, I don't say creek wrong. She's like, yeah, you do. It's creek. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's creek. Old people. They just can't remember sometimes. And I'm joking. I'm joking. And we are headed to Stonewall in 1623. A lot of creeks coming into the Blanco River. That one didn't have any water in it. I was supposed to be out in West Texas today. My wonderful wife, she is crazy amazing. She volunteered this whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They flew kids in that have lost a parent that was in the military. And it sounds like most of these people, they weren't lost in any type of war setting. It was when they came back. And I think everybody understands what I'm saying. These people are not with us anymore. It's very sad. There's a lot of people in the military that do this. And it blows my mind. But my wife is volunteering. She is going to spend time with these kids that have lost parents. And I don't know. I'm kind of speechless on this. Like I said, she's an amazing woman. She's a very caring woman. So, you know, she didn't want me just to chill at the house. And I'm not in the military, so I could not join her. She said I'd be great with these kids, but it is what it is. So I was going to get up this morning and I was going to head out to West Texas. And, you know, me saying it this way, it just sounds horrible. I was going to do the... that's a road. I think did they turn down the wrong one? So I was going to get up and head out into West Texas and do the sisters, the three sisters, the twisted sisters. Stream crossing subject to flooding. But I my truck's been in the shop, was in the shop for over a month. They actually got it back to me sooner than what I thought they would. Chevy can't build a transmission to save their life. Let me see if I can get around this person. And of course, you know, after owning my truck for, I don't know, 8 months, putting about 5,000 miles on it, transmission went boom boom. It does what most Chevy transmissions do, and it applies a couple of different things at the same time, and it locks up the back tires. So off to the Chevy dealership for a new valve body. I'm really not quite sure what they did to it. I was told it was supposed to be torque converter, forward clutches, and the valve body. Valve body kind of controls where the pressure goes inside a transmission. Well, they called me yesterday and said it was ready for pickup. My luck, when anything goes into a shop, it's just not good. It's there forever. They do a crappy job. They give it back to me, and you kind of have to go through and fix everything that they fixed. Well, I opened the door. Well, first they didn't wash it. It was there well over a month, sitting outside. They didn't wash it. It just looked like crap. So they took it through their little car wash, but it was so bad it just looked real bad. I opened the door, transmission fluid all on the door part, all on the light switches, on the grab handle, on the steering wheel, on the center console. The center console had scratches on it where he probably put his laptop or his scan tool to make sure we were good with the transmission. So I took it back this morning, which just kind of delayed me. So I am not heading out to West Texas. That is why we are on this road I've never been on, west of 281. Long story short, they gave me a very beautiful new truck with 1,000 miles on it. So my last truck was a custom. It was just off of a work truck. Well, this one's more like what I have. It's an LT, but it looks like it has like the high country grill in it. I don't know. It's gorgeous. Now I want to trade my truck in for a gorgeous truck, but I'm not going to buy the new one because they are crappy. So as I'm rambling, because that's what I do the best, hopefully everybody's enjoying the scenery. Wow, look at this. We got a little downhill. We got a little uphill. We got some rolling hills in Texas. Now if it only goes left and right. Oh, look at this. And for all of you that don't know, oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, it would be really pretty going the opposite direction. Texas is big. It is like huge. So in southern Ohio, there's a lot of people in a little area. So there's all these roads. And the roads in southern Ohio are wonderful. Seriously, if you guys have not ridden southern Ohio, they are very challenging. They are amazing. I love them. But with Texas being so big, you can go miles and miles and miles and miles without coming across another road. So when I got down here and I knew I was, you know, going to be living in the hill country area where New Braunfels, right outside of hill country, like, we're on the east side of 35. On the west side of 35, it gets all like this. It's wonderful. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like southern Ohio, man. All of these wonderful roads. Well, you have to, you really have to go look for these roads because they are not like what I thought. You have to ride along. Like, I need to really pay attention to what I'm doing. I have used more than a quarter of a tank of gas to get to this point. So it's not like in southern Ohio, I would ride 5 minutes and I was on this wonderful road. I rode. Oh. Okay. And what do we have here? I'm going to look and you guys ride. Make sure I stay on the road. Look at that. That's gorgeous. You know, you don't need a lot of height, you know, to have a wonderful view. And this is hill country, Texas. I mean, this is all it is. I'm still hoping to get out to West Texas. My wife's gonna be retiring. I don't know. I would say within the next 3 years, she'll be out of the military. And I think right now what our plans are, my little pickup truck can pull 10,000 pounds. So realistically, you know, you don't want to pull no more than 8. Well, there's this toy hauler by Forest River. Dry, it's about 4,500 pounds. It can hold the Spyder. That would put us, you know, maybe 6,000 pounds. So I'd be 2,000 pounds below the max you should tow with a half-ton truck. Yeah, so that could be coming quickly. I think that'd be kind of cool to load the Spyder up and go out to West Texas for a weekend, leave Friday, get as far out as can, set up camp, and just explore that area for a weekend, and then, you know, come back home. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool. On that, I'm gonna let you go. Hopefully you enjoyed the ramblings from a fat guy from New Braunfels, Texas, with a Southern Ohio hillbilly accent. Go figure, people. If you could, please give me a thumbs up. Stay safe, everybody. I'll see you down the road.